Hello and welcome everyone again to another video. And today's video we have some nice Incinerate battles using Skrid. Skrid has recently got a buff by having access to Incinerate, and well, it had Incinerate before, but now Incinerate got a huge buff. It does basically 5 more damage, which make it a better version of Shadow Claw. It's basically it used to be a Shadow Claw that takes 2.5 seconds. Now it's a much better version of Shadow Claw, but it has a downside that it takes too long. Okay, let's remove this and let's add a Skrid to the screen. Okay, we have Skrid on screen now, and let's go and see these battles. These battles were sent to me by TheBlackLuffy, one of the greatest players, spicy player. He's running a shiny GUZZLORD with Cresselia and Skrid. So the team basically struggles against Tapini, and first game we see a Tapini. See guys, we post, he sent me like all the battles. We don't delete the bad ones and keep the good ones. I think he waited the turn to see like that the opponent will throw, but the opponent was patient enough, and we see that they throw a move and then they went to Giratina. This is actually not a bad situation to be in, because we should be able to get to 2 Moonblast upon throwing Dragon Claw, which send us good news that they don't have Shadow Sneak, which means that we will be able to get to 2 Moonblasts. So he tried to CMP here just to take 1 less Shadow Claw, but it's not going to end up mattering that much, and this should make the Cresselia able to throw this Moonblast, and now we have a situation where we just don't shield here, and the Dragon Claw did did enough damage. So what do we do now? I think we go straight to Crunch, and that was nice, nice counting, because this is a Surf, and opponent swapped into Talonflame, I think. Okay, he's just going Skrid, so now Skrid wins this matchup because they need to throw 2 charge moves while Skrid just need to throw 1 Shadow Ball. Talonflame is throwing Fly number 1, and wait, do you lose CMP here? I mean, I don't know. I'm assuming Talonflame has enough stats, enough attack, but I don't know about Skrid. And we see that the opponent did not shield, which doesn't matter, to be honest, because he has 2 moves. He's just gonna throw them back to back. And this should be a good situation because he has 3 charge moves, right? Charge move number 1, charge move number 2. And we have Crunch banked on the GUZZLORD, and GUZZLORD 1, 2. No, he's going for the sludge. You know him. He's like, no. I want to teach them a lesson, okay? They used a Tapini against a team that doesn't have a Tapini answer. Yes, they might say that Cresselia. Well, Cresselia doesn't have a Grass Knot, so technically it's a scuffed matchup. Moving into the next game here, and we have GUZZLORD against Registeel. This is horrible. We don't have an answer to Registeel as well. So this might not be the most balanced team, but hey, these are like the fun teams to use, okay? He tried to catch a Focus Blast, I think, but opponent was patient enough to not throw, and horribly enough, they get the debuff, which makes this matchup takes 3 minutes. So be right back. They threw this and they ended charging. This is horrible actually, which make him actually aggressively swap out, and I see the reason why, because like, you know, if you give Registeel too much energy, it's just a GG, right? And we have a Sludge. They don't know, because usually they run Dragon Tail Crunch. Oh, that didn't do enough damage. I thought it's gonna do actually more. We don't care about this, but the thing is, okay, I think they might have a Steelix, so that's our only play. We resist everything from Virizion, so that ended up being a Sacred Sword, and we see a Pidgeot. This is horrible. This is horrible, actually. This is so bad of a matchup that he's actually going to clear the debuff and swap out. I think I would have stayed longer than cleared the debuff, but there is no ideal play at this situation, because it's about getting more debuffed and debuffed and debuffed again. TheBlackLuffy doing 1 and then throwing, which is the ideal timing. So we see nice discipline by TheBlackLuffy, and now we see another disarming voice. So it's gonna be, if the opponent catch, they win. If they don't catch, TheBlackLuffy might win, okay? They ended up going for the catch, and they have the move already. To be honest, this is an extremely tough game for him. Like, hard counter in the lead, extremely hard counter, because they had the Registeel, which destroys the team. GUZZLORD against Dragonite. This is actually a favorable matchup for GUZZLORD, because it's just way more bulky, and if opponent doesn't know timing, They ended up getting punished extremely hard, and they don't get to another charge move. So now we have a very healthy GUZZLORD. So the first thing we do here, we're going to throw the Sludge Bomb, which does decent amount of damage. Now we're going for another one, and opponent is forced to throw. This is a Surf, and it doesn't KO. So we should be able to get to another one. So GUZZLORD doesn't need a Dragon Claw. Wow. I didn't see that coming, actually. So now, here, you actually need to land the Future Sight. And then you can just throw whatever you want. Or you can just go straight Moonblast. Because in this situation, he does not care about winning this. All he wants to do is just chipping as much as possible. He should be able to live this move regardless. And we should have another shield for the Skeleton to beat this bug. And I think they still need to throw, as he got the attack fail, which means they can no longer farm him before he gets to the charge move, which is good. Is he gonna catch? Well, he went for the catch. He did not get the catch, and he got denied on entry. Niantic, fix your game. He got denied on entry. That's so bad. I think we need to bait. Basically, he needs to land the Shadow Ball. So if he lands the Shadow Ball, he can win. If he doesn't land the Shadow Ball, he won't win. Opponent, right? Wait, opponent doesn't have a shield. Yo, that was a good game. I don't know why I thought the opponent has a shield. Okay, moving into the next game here. He's playing Arita. Expecting Giratina in the lead. I don't know why, but yeah, this is a good matchup for GUZZLORD because you do super effective fast move, they do resisted fast move. So he's going to overfarm, put them in crunch range, and then throw the crunch. So I switch my chair because I have some back pain for some reason. Work has been too long, so yeah. If you guys have any advice, please feel free to share it in the comment section below. So I've never had such that much of back pain. Opponent swapped into Swampert, and then they swapped into Talonflame. So this is actually a good matchup for Cresselia if you have Future Sight. It's a horrible matchup if you don't have a Future Sight, because 2 Future Sights KO, and you can actually call a bait here comfortably, because Cresselia just doesn't care. So what's the play here? We do Tooth Throw, and usually people bait after they land this, but they have a Swampert, remember, and they might just try to save the shields for the Swampert. Well, they don't have shields, right? Yeah, we ended up dying with the move. So he was trying to throw in good timing, but he ended up getting punished. Usually, I think we want to catch at one point. Why that's Purified Swampert? Swampert is supposed to commit to the EQ, as that is their only way to win this game. And now they are at 3 fast moves. So 1, 2. That was good timing by them. So what do we do? I think he just got no shield, and then go to GUZZLORD and just get to a charge move. So we have to shield everything. This is where like not having Dragon Claw is actually punishing us. But hey, we won 2 games for having Sludge, okay? We don't judge here. Talonflame came in here, and we are just gonna throw a charge move here, which does enough damage to KO the Talonflame, and we take this game. Honestly, Skeleton feels nice so far, but to be honest, the MVP has been GUZZLORD. That's how I feel. So, GUZZLORD into Galvantula. This is not a bad matchup for Galv, because any matchup with Galv that's super effective from Lunge is a good matchup for Galv. And we throw in good timing here, which is nice. Crunch does enough damage, but they shield it. But hey, the good thing about Lunge is that sometimes you get a defensive drop, which we did. Now we just debuffed here as well, and this is not a bad situation because we need to bait out the Dark in the back, and they did bring the Dark. So now Skeleton can avoid seeing the Mandibuzz. I don't think it's that bad for Skeleton, but that's how it's supposed to play it. This is an ABB team that you are double weak to Dark in the back, so you run something that beats Dark in the lead, which is GUZZLORD. GUZZLORD is technically the best counter to Dark. It used to be Scrafty, but then Mandibuzz with the Aerial Ace is tough for the Scrafty. I think we just insta-throw the charge move if we get it. And that was enough damage to KO the Mandibuzz. So what's the play now? Hopefully they don't have a Swampert. Okay, they didn't have Swampert. They had Jolly, which is just as bad, I assume. So we're going straight for the Shadow Ball because baiting here might end up costing us the game. Remember that they insta-throw, so committing for the full farm down is a way to play this matchup. So we throw, we shield, attack, fell. I don't think we shield the GUZZLORD anymore, but if we are able to get to throw the one move, that would be nice enough, as we put them now in Shadow Ball range. Guzzlord was able to live that move and throw another move. Just as I said, Guzzlord has actually been the MVP so far. Skeleton feels nice to use so far. I think Talonflame is still the superior Incinerate user, but Skeleton is nice to have. We got the research, which means we won the game. So that was a good game. And BlackLuffy takes another win into his pocket. And moving into the next game, we have a Giratina Altered. Giratina Altered does not win this matchup, but they have a Dragon Breath, which means it's equally bad for both, but usually Giratina wins every neutral matchup. Opponent needs to power up their Giratina one more, I think, because it's a 24-55. Oh my, what an ugly CP. Nothing against the Pokemon, but couldn't you just trade more and build it? Or you just wanted to use Cresselia Giratina core, which has been the most dominant core in the Ultra League since Season 2, I think. When did they... I mean, Cresselia was back in the raid, but they gave Cresselia Moonblast around Season 2 or something. Or they buffed Moonblast. I think they gave Moonblast a chance to debuff, and then they nerfed it. And that was one of the worst metas, probably worse than Steelix meta, when they make Moonblast 50% chance to debuff the opponent. And just because you live long enough and you throw enough Moonblasts to always get the debuff. This is actually bad if he doesn't get a charge move. An opponent chicken down and throw the charge move. If I was the opponent, I think even if they get it, you just shield farm down, because you're just going to throw a Moonblast that will guarantee get you a shield. They have an Obstagoon in the back, which is just horrible. Opponent ended up giving an entire Incinerate. Oh my, this is actually bad. This doesn't do that much damage, but Skeleton is not the bulkiest, and I think we might need to bait here, but they can just shield the Obstagoon. So there is no wrong answer here. We need to shield this. I think we do one Incinerate, then just double bait. Is that something we do? BlackLuffy going for the ideal play here, because if you throw Shadow Ball, you just don't get to the second move. That's why. And this is actually the ultimate good play here, because you will get farmed all the way down. So now what's the play here? The Sludge will do enough damage to put them... The Sludge plus Dragon Tail will do enough damage. So now our only play is... Oh my, they have Obstruct and the other cringe move. So we need to farm them all the way down. And hopefully they don't have another charge move. And we just tap the move and we win the game. That was a nice play by the BlackLuffy. It went to timeout. That was like a 6 minutes game. Guzzlord into Polydot. This is a horrible matchup. I don't know what to do, to be honest, because I don't know how comfortable of a matchup if you go to the Skeleton. This is not as bad match of a matchup to Cresselia, even if they have Night Slash, as long as they don't get a boost, but they got the boost. Yeah. I think he should also many charge moves to get one debuff, but he only got 2 debuffs so far from the beginning of the video. Opponent played the game there ideally. That's how you're supposed to play it, as Shadow Gliscor, 1 Night Slash, then EQ. We see a nice undercharge here, but it didn't end up being enough. And opponent here swapped, then combo swapped, because we swapped. This might not be a good play by the opponent, but that's how you win. Sometimes you have to rely on the opponent making a mistake. But I don't believe that's a huge mistake, because a Charizard doesn't have a bad matchup, right? As long as it's not something like Blastoise. We see nice timing by the BlackLuffy going for the Shadow Ball. This should knock out the Charizard, but Charizard is not letting him taking down the Charizard. And we see a Dragon Claw. Now we just swap out and pray. Icy Wind doesn't KO, but I think the counter after will do that. Yeah, the counters after will do that. And this doesn't do enough damage to KO. And Skeleton is trying its best. This is why I said Skeleton needs a Blast Burn so badly. This Pokemon has decent typing, decent coverage so far, but it needs a Blast Burn, because Blast Burn is such an OP move that even when it's resisted, it does a lot. He's playing Famo, and Famo run Omega RPS Pokemons, so expected to see a Galv. And sometimes you expect to see double Charm in the back. We see the first launch coming, and he's going straight for the Crunch. I'm assuming Famo will always shield, as he usually go for the alignment if it's possible. We see a nice catch here. I don't know about this catch, but it's not a bad catch. Oh my. Yeah, this is so Famo team. Mandibuzz into and Galvantula. What's in the back? Jellicent? That's like literally a 6 minutes every battle team. If he gets to this next one, that would be ideal, which we ended up getting. So 2 Moonblasts aren't enough to take down the Mandibuzz in Ultra League, but it's actually nearly enough in Great League unless they have a solid Mandibuzz IV for Great League. And see, that's a Jellicent. That's like the most Famo team in the world. And we see a Shadow Ball. Famo shielding the nuke correctly, and now it's gonna come to who's whether Famo shield our baits or no. BlackLuffy went for the to call the bait because it was his only play, and now he's throwing. I think he was trying to throw in CMP, but Famo did not throw in CMP. So is he gonna catch? And he ended up catching well. So this might end up giving us some hope. So let's see. Opponent swaps the Mandibuzz. We throw a crunch here. Dude, this is so annoying of a angle. Look at that. Look at the angle. What's happening here? Why the angle is so scuffed? Since we snuck, we can just shield. And just go farm all the way down. I think there is hope. Okay, there is no hope. Okay, he has a Hondo Mandibuzz for sure. Yeah, that's the 124-46. And he gets friendship with Famo, so it's not the end of the world. Moving into the next game, we have Guzzlord into Giratina. This is not a good matchup if they have Dragon Breath, but it's a dominant matchup if they have Shadow Claw, which they do have. Giratina is a dominant Pokemon, so Giratina technically doesn't have a bad matchup unless it's like some Wigglytuff. And here, what we see is no shielding to the Dragon Claw because it doesn't do enough, and we go for the full farm down. So now we... okay. We finally gonna see Skrid doing some damage here. I've honestly like asked BlackLuffy to send me Skrid battles, and now I'm actually amazed by how solid Guzzlord is. I've never used this Pokemon. You guys know me. Fire and Dragon, it has to be Dragon Breath. It has to be Dragon Breath, Dragonite, Shadow, or Giratina with Shadow Claw. It's the only dragons I use in the Ultra League. I used Baxcalibur, but it's not the greatest because of the Ice type and give it like many weaknesses than necessary. He called the Incinerate, Flame Charge, and now we're going straight for the Future Sight. It didn't do that much damage, but it's gonna do enough to force them to throw. They are trying to farm all the way down, which might not be the best play, to be honest. And that's one Incinerate range, right? If the Incinerate KOs there, that's actually very ideal. And now we see this card taking so much damage, doing resisted damage, and this should be a good game. And that was a nice one. Okay, is it the last one? Moving into the last game, we have a Staraptor. Is this Vibasis, the guy who is featured in the next video? No, Vibasis was running it in the back. So we have some Staraptor battles coming into the video after this. So hopefully, and I totally recommend checking it out because Staraptor was so dominant of a Pokemon in the Ultra League, especially the Shadow one. We get double debuffed here, I think, and we ended up we went for the catch, and that was a nice catch as Swampert needs 2 EQs and a Hydro, or 1 EQ and 3 Hydros. He's going straight for the Future Sight, and this should knock out the Swampert. They brought back the Cresselia, and we going straight Moonblast, as here we are hoping for a debuff. If he debuffs there, he lives the next Moonblast. I don't know now. Does he? I think it does live, right? Okay, they throw the Grass Knot, which is not the ideal play. He's going for a crazy catch. The Grass Knot. Oh my. He actually caught a Grass Knot. Wow. That was a very crazy play. Like, usually when you have a Dark Pokemon, you don't end up trying to catch a move from a Pokemon that has a Fairy move. But the BlackLuffy did it, and, like, basically, one Moonblast KOs. His counts are... Wait, did they not reveal that? Maybe they don't have it. Maybe that's why. But I missed something on the battle, and Skrid finishing the game right there. So yeah, thank you so much, the BlackLuffy, for sending me these nice Skrid/Guzzlord battles. Hope you guys liked it. If you liked the video, make sure you like me to the channel, subscribe, and see you in the next video. This is the end of the video. See you in the next one. Peace.